does not have to mean sacrificing your goals. With the right approach, you can enjoy meals out while staying on track with your macros and fitness journey. This guide provides strategies, tips, and meal suggestions to help you make the smarter choices at restaurants without feeling restricted. So, first step about dining out is to check the menu online before going. Just look up the restaurant name and then say nutrition facts. So, for example, Chick-fil-A nutrition facts, and you'll be able to see a chart or a nutrition facts guide for that specific restaurant. This is usually there for every single chain restaurant. I forget how many to be exact, but there's, I think it's, if you have over 20 chains, you have to include this. And honestly, most of them do, even if it's less. I've even seen some restaurants without chains include this. So I would definitely look that up. And also, if they do have nutrition facts, usually it's also on the app MyFitnessPal. If you download MyFitnessPal, it used to be owned by Under Armour, but it's an app that you can use to track your calories, and it's honestly very easy to use. You can also just use it to see the calories in any item that you look up. And yeah, just look for the high protein and low calorie items and decide on a meal in advance to avoid making impulse decisions at the restaurant. Step two, prioritize protein. Choose lean meats like chicken, fish, turkey, lean beef over fried or fatty cuts. Obviously, with the fatty cuts, there's a lot more fats, and fats have 9 calories per gram. So that adds up very quickly. And then the fried foods is a combination of the two. There's extra oils, which have a lot more fats, and then they also usually bread it in flour or some mixture that also adds more calories to the carb count. Also, add extra. You could add extra protein by requesting double meat or egg whites if you're having breakfast, and this will make you feel more satiated without needing a bunch of extra calories. Also, if you didn't know, a fun fact: calories or protein usually get burns about 40% through digestion, which doesn't happen with the other macronutrients. So you actually burn calories while you're digesting the protein. What you're seeing is part of the cookbook that is publicly launching on March 31st. If you're on YouTube, check the video description to get and click on the link to get more info. You'll also be able to get early access there. This is the cheapest that'll ever be, and there's a 7-day free trial right now, so you have no risk. And if you're on school, you can do the same thing. If you just go to the free school and the communities tab, there should be a pin post there. And then step three, control your portions. Ask for half portions or a to go box to save for later. Split a meal with a friend if the portions are huge. It's usually like that in America. Also, you could even, I wouldn't recommend this, but you could even order from the appetizer menu or the kids menu for smaller portions. I don't really think this is needed, to be honest. You can control the calories if you just opt for vegetables or salad to fill up your stomach more. And by salad, I do not mean a salad with a bunch of high calorie dressing or vegetables that are fried or cooked in a bunch of oil. But yeah, you can like fill up your stomach without a lot of calories. And then you can also have the lean meats. And I mean, you could have a massive meal for only 500 calories if you really tried, and you will be completely satisfied afterwards. So yeah, do not do this if you think it will make you hungry afterwards. And also, like I said, be mindful of the extra sauces. So the extra add-ons like request dressing, sauces, and cheese on the side. Of course, you can have some of this, but just be mindful of it and know that they're very calorie dense. Avoid the extra oils or butter. You could even ask your server if you want to prepare your food with minimal or no butter, and that will drastically reduce the calories. I mean, a lot of the times they'll cook the food in like 400 calories worth of oil, and you won't even know that, even if it's a grilled option, which is ridiculous. Also, watch out for calorie dense toppings like mayo, aioli, or anything that's crunchy, to be honest. A lot of crunchy things, super calorie dense. So just watch out for them. I'm not saying eliminate them, just be mindful of it. Um, Also, you could, I'm not afraid of carbs. Like, carbs are not the enemy. But typically at restaurants, carbs are very calorie dense. The restaurant's goal is to make the food as tasty as possible. So, like, potatoes aren't even super high calorie, but usually they'll cook them in a bunch of oil and shit, like French fries. It's not just the potato. Potatoes are actually super low calorie, but they cook it in a bunch of oil and it's deep fried, and then it's just a disaster. So you can swap your fries for something like a side salad, steamed vegetables, or fruit. And like I said, you can still have fries, just maybe half the portion, something like that. You could even ask for baked potato, and that's way less calories because, like I said, they don't add the extra oil. And be mindful of the extra sugars and calories in your sauces and dressings. This ties into the carbs, and I kind of talked about this earlier. But yeah, stay away from those or just limit your usage, especially with the creamy ones. And when it comes to drinks, those can also add up in calories very fast. So stick with water, diet sodas, or unsweetened tea. Avoid the sugary drinks like lemonades, cocktails, or sodas. Diet drinks actually have 0 calories because they're sweetened with artificial sweeteners instead of sugar, which is still not the healthiest. But I mean, if you're dieting and trying to lose weight, it's going to fill up your stomach and it's going to be 0 calories. So, I mean, you could easily have a regular Coke with like 400 calories without even trying. And then if you just switch that to a Diet Coke, you're cutting that to 0. And I mean, that is just absolutely huge. I don't know if you knew it, but 3,500 calories is in a pound of fat. So if you cut out 500 calories every day from just Coke alone, you'd lose a pound of fat a week. Or that would be the difference between you being in a surplus or maintenance or deficit. So all this shit honestly just adds up, and you just have to be conscientious of what you're putting in your body in terms of calories if you have a certain goal and you're trying to look a certain way. And yeah, if drinking alcohol, just go for a lower calorie option like vodka soda or light beer. That ties into the other one. This won't be 0 calories, of course, but it's a lot less.